It's day 24. I did not sleep that well, as to be expected. The wind kept up most of the night. I'm sleeping in a roadside, very lumpy ditch, or trying to anyway. Like, I don't know, 8-10 feet away from a state highway by myself. So, needless to say, not a particularly restful evening. Also, I'm not very happy with things right now, but I did at least get a little bit of sleep. And it's early. It's like, for me, I've actually been up since about 5:15. I got to get up and get out of here because I am literally tented on the side of a highway in a ditch, and I don't really need to be hassled by anybody, so I want to get packed up and get out of here. And also, this road is completely exposed. Before Nightcrawler decided to just take off on his own, we were supposed to do this section of the Grants together. I was going to wake up early and do it with him in the dark, but I'm not going to do that by myself. So, and it's cold. Anyway, I'm going to pack up. Hopefully I'll be walking by 6:30. My plan at this point is I'm just going to go ahead and walk into Grants. I need to get my shit together and figure out what I'm going to do from here, because it looks like I feel like I'm probably just going to be continuing on by myself, so I need to reorient myself accordingly. I have a little bit of a contingency fund, so I may zero in Grants. I have so much to do. I have a zillion videos to catch up on. I've only actually made through day 12, so I need to get the rest made up and off my phone and uploaded. I'm doing a TEDx talk in August in California on through hiking in small towns. I need to write a rough draft for. I have to do all this stuff for the TED thing, and I haven't done any of that. So it's been really hard to try and get sort of clerical and housekeeping type things done, like off-trail life things done on trail, especially since there's service so few and far between at any rate. So I think I will probably zero in Grants, see who's around and about there. I don't know. Actually, at this point, I just kind of feel like being by myself. I don't really feel like being around other people. So that's a good thing. I'm going to use that to my advantage and take care of some business and get myself collected and continue my northbound through, whether I'm by myself or not. I'll see you later. All right. Woo! It is so cold out here. There was frost on my tent, on my poles. What the hell? It's almost June. When is it going to be like pleasant weather? Anyway, it's about 20 after 6 and I am on the road. Grants is about 25 miles from here, the center of Grants. So I figure walking my pace, and since it's pretty much road walk the whole way, probably take me about, hopefully I get there around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Just really need to make one stop at the El Malpais Ranger Station to top off on water. Other than that, I have a hip belt full of snacks and, things to eat all the way. I don't really need to make any other stops. Road walking is fast, and I just really would like to get there as soon as possible so I can get myself cleaned up, cleared up, and reoriented so I can get back on track. Oh, I understand this road walk's supposed to be beautiful. I'm looking forward to it. There's apparently a trail here, the Narrows, which cuts off. You can take to cut off maybe almost 4 miles of road walking. I would have done it today, but actually my priority is just to go ahead and get into town so I can take care of business. So I'll have to come and visit the Narrows another day. Anyway, it's supposed to be a good, beautiful road walk, so I'll see. I'm kind of looking forward. Definitely looking forward to the sun coming up. Woo! This is weird. Somebody left a bunch of tiny waters on the side of the road across from the Narrows picnic area. Well, definitely appreciate the sentiment. That's pretty shitty. Leave no trays. There's little empty bottles, and plus they're tiny bottles. It's like adding to plastic waste problem. Whatever. Surprisingly, I put it in the picnic area. I think a lot of hikers go in there. I don't know. But I think that's the way up to that off-road trail option through the Narrows. But random, whatever. Oh, these cliffs, pretty amazing in the Narrows. Wow. Some of them back there kind of remind me of like Mount Rushmore, but with less distinct faces. And unfortunately, the sun is on the wrong side, but you can still see. It's gorgeous. These rock formations. You know I love the rocks. Looking rock. I can't tell if it's a face or a butthole. Coming down out of the Narrows. Sun's out. It's not too hot yet though. This is so beautiful in here. Never been back on this road before. A giant cave up there. It looks like an amphitheater or something. Pretty cool. La Ventana Arch. That must be the arch they were talking about. You got right up to and Gut Hook if you took the Narrows trail. They said it came down somewhere around there. I'm not sure exactly how that all works, but there it is. Pretty dang cool. Wish the sun was going towards it so you could see into it better. If I had more time, I think it'd be fun to climb up into. Maybe next time. We got road work and a deer crossing. Hello, lovelies. Oh, that's awesome. Sweet. First deer. Now we have some frolicking cows. Man, I almost never see them actually moving. They're just standing around or eating stuff. Hello, cows. I see you too. So there's a parking area at La Ventana Arch. I didn't realize was there. And I saw that there was some road work coming up. And I heard some voices and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, maybe one of these road workers smokes and we could bum me a smoke since Nightcrawler has all the tobacco, which is understandable. It's all loose. I can roll it. So he had been holding on to it, but I don't have any. And obviously I'm very upset, so it'd be nice to have a cigarette. So anyway, I'm walking by, trying to like peek over and see if there's any workers. And then I hear a yo yelled at me from across the road, and I noticed that Nightcrawler is sitting there jovially chatting up one of the road workers. So I walked over, and he just looks at me with a big smile. Good morning, as if nothing had happened, as if he hadn't just abandoned me last night on this open, exposed state highway to go walk another 2-3 miles so I could sleep in a ditch between trees to gain some sense of security by myself out here. And so the worker said to hello also. I asked if there was a bathroom. Thank goodness there was, because I really needed to pee. And there's road work, and this is out here and open. There's really no place to pee. So luckily there's a bathroom there in the parking area. So I went and peed. I came back out, and the worker was gone. And Nightcrawler just looks at me, and he's holding a cigarette and just smiling like, no big deal. Nothing's wrong. Everything's just fine. We just slept on it. No problem. Well, no, fucker. There is a problem. And you don't have to solve it by acting like everything's okay with your smile and a good morning. Fuck that. So anyway, I asked if he had rolled this cigarette for me. And he said yes. So I took it and said, thanks, bye. And I'm continuing on. Just unbelievable. How are you gonna act after pulling that shit last night, after a horrible day, and then just wake up the next morning, sit there and wait for me and act like, oh, we're just gonna go back to normal. There's nothing wrong. We don't have any problems here, except that we do. I don't trust you anymore. I can trust you to bail on me and leave me places when you don't feel like you're happy with the situation. That's unacceptable, and frankly a little unsafe for a hiking partner, and certainly unacceptable for a life partner. So just handing me a rollie with your big shit-eating grin and good morning, not gonna cut it. It's about 8:30, and I just rejoined the official CDT. The Akamazuni trailhead was just about 1/10 of a mile ago. That's also the beginning of where the lane control for this road work starts. So I didn't stop there. Didn't really look like there was much of anything going on. And I have no need to stop. I've done about, I think maybe 6 miles so far already this morning. Maybe a little more. I'm not sure because, I stayed in a ditch. So obviously that's not really a place marker on Gut Hook. Anyway, it's about 6 miles more to the ranger station, and that's where I'll be picking up some more water to complete my walk into Grants for today. It'll be about a 25-mile day because I want to get into town, into like the more central part of town. And I guess the cheaper rooms are over there. And I believe there's a Smith's or something like that, or like an actual grocery store. I don't even need that much food. I figure if I'm by myself, I can be to Cuba from Grants in approximately 4 days. So I'm carrying almost that much food on my back still from Pie Town. I don't really need that much. Mostly it's just trying to get all my other stuff worked out, get all the videos uploaded and scheduled, and try to get up to speed a little bit better for the TED Talk. And basically just decompress and relax and reorient myself after this, what has turned out to be catastrophic events of yesterday and this morning. Well, we'll see. I still hope to get to Grants by about 16 miles, I think. About 2:30 at 3 o'clock still. We'll see. Some couple from Colorado in a SUV just pulled over. They were drumming towards me and asked if there was a group hike or something going on this road. So I told them it's the Continental Divide Trail. But it tells me that I'm coming up, or there's some other people on the road in front of me this morning. Nice to know I'm not out here completely alone. Well, this walk is beautiful, and it is completely open and exposed. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. It looks like I'm going to be getting my 10 before 10 pretty easily today. So I should be at the ranger station shortly, less than 2 miles. And it was about 13 miles away from where I camped last night. So, which is good because I have to pee so bad. And look at this. It's all like this the entire way. 2 barbed wire fences with just this road easement and really no place to go without potentially catching a case, or at least a fairly significant case of embarrassment. I did a little bit ago, go into some shrubs like that, but the traffic on this road has picked up a lot. And also because it's really unmowed, I don't really want to go in there anymore because snakes. So it's definitely, I don't know, there's a campground I passed, but I didn't want to go into that just to pee. That seemed like a waste of time. Definitely for cat hole business. If I had to do some cat hole business, I would have been all up in that campground looking for a privy. But in the meantime, I guess I'm just hold and run till I get this ranger station. Oh, I hope it's soon. Well, this ain't good. Yeah, at any rate, I'm going in. So I'm climbing another fence. Too bad. Actually, I was squeezing through it. That way. Well, I guess I missed the open time for the ranger station. But there's supposed to be a spigot here where I can get water. Anyway, and hopefully there's a bathroom. If not, I can at least go off and have a little bit of privacy out here somewhere. I feel a blister on the ball of my left foot that had been sprouting a few days ago. Feels a little hot. So I'm definitely gonna take a look at that, air my feet out. I've already done 13 miles to get here. It's about 10 more miles to the convenience store at the I-40 crossing. And then another 2-3 miles into Center Grants from there. So at least I'm about halfway done with the walking for today. And it's only just after 10. Not too shabby. Well, good stop at the ranger station. I got rid of my trash, had second coffee, put some moleskin on the blister, and hit my inReach. It's less than 9 miles actually to the I-40 crossing, which is great because as you can hear, the fucking wind is starting to kick up again. And I am so tired of being battered and abused by this wind. Oh my God. It is just the worst. Every single day. Just battered. Yeah, this certainly didn't help yesterday either. My nerves are shot. It's just crazy dealing with this wind. So anyway, 11:45, 9 miles. Hopefully be there by 1:30. Yeah, 1:30. So this van that just passed me, they pulled over across the other lane of traffic to flag me down, talk to me. At first they were asking if I was okay, if I needed any water. Actually, the first thing he said was I should be running instead of walking. And I said, what? Why? And he said, I don't know, I just thought of that. And then he went on to
ask where I was from, what I was doing. Said I was from California and I'm currently walking to Canada. And then he said that he was asking hikers if they had been charged for overnights and or water or anything like that. And I said, well, no, not so far. And then the truck that just passed started coming. I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna get smushed. So he started to pull away, but as he was pulling away, he was saying, he was kind of ticked off that his ranch had been stolen, and he was referring to TLC Ranch, where I stayed night before last. So apparently that's the elderly couple from whom the Von Tresses bought the ranch. So, and apparently it's a big drama and brouhaha about this property. But the fact is that the Von Tresses legally own that property. And furthermore, they didn't have to, open their doors to hikers the way the previous owners did. I have a lot of respect for the previous owners. There's the Thomases, is what they said. I have a lot of respect for them for helping out CDT hikers. But I also have a lot of love and respect for the Von Tresses, who basically, have continued the tradition of supporting CDT hikers and bicyclists and other people, traversing the divide when they absolutely didn't have to. And they seem to be loving it in the community, which is growing all the time. So, he did seem, I have heard that he's older and has a little bit of confusion issues, and there may be some back door manipulation from another party. It all sounded very confusing, but it's unfortunate, the whole situation, that these people are driving around flagging down hikers to say bad things about TLC Ranch when TLC Ranch is doing nothing but good things for the CDT hikers and community, as I'm sure the Thomases did before they sold their property. And anyway, strange day. A dude a guy in a pickup from PNM, which is the utilities company here in New Mexico, pulled over maybe 5 minutes before the Thomases came across traffic to stop me and asked if I needed anything, any water or anything. No, I just picked up enough water at the ranger station to get to I-40, so I'm good there. But I did ask him if he smoked. He said no. He said, you need a cigarette? And I was like, I really, really do. Oh my God. And he said, well, I'm going back to the office and I'll be back this way in about an hour. I'll see if anybody at the office has a smoke I can bring you. It's like, oh my gosh. Well, that would be awesome, because I just at the ranger station finished the rollie I had taken off Nightcrawler this morning. Those things are brutal. I have to say, it sucks to be addicted. Tobacco is my nemesis. I've quit just about everything else. I like to drink, but I haven't had a drink in, it's been a really long time. I don't really miss it. I just enjoy it while I was there. But the tobacco, and probably caffeine too. I think I usually get caffeine headaches when I don't have any. So it was nice to get to have second coffee this morning. But yeah, tobacco is is my nemesis. I picked it back up on the PCT after having quit for 7 years. Worst trail takeaway ever. And it's a tough one. We had planned to try to quit together. We're both generally unsuccessful with this. But yeah, I don't know. Addiction's one of those things. The last time I lived here in New Mexico, it was a completely different life, a completely different time. And I was definitely up to my nose in addiction here for several years, which is probably why I didn't know it's so damn windy here. I was inside all the time doing a lot of drugs. But, you know, my life is this now. And I'm glad that that's in the past. I'm not sorry it happened. It's part of what makes me who I am. And, you know, I feel for people suffering from addiction, myself included. It's a tough thing, you know. I'm not exactly a shrinking violet. I'm kind of a tough chick, you know. But oof, the stranglehold that things like tobacco put on a person, it's a little devastating. Sometimes a little demoralizing. It's sad. But I mean, all you can do is you're gonna quit. You try and quit again. Keep quitting until one finally takes. This road walk really is pretty. It's almost noon. I got about 5.5 miles left to go to get to Interstate 40. But man, I really am enjoying this road. I wonder if it's a scenic byway. How cool that is. Oh yeah, no, I like rocks. There's a breeze. It stopped being so windy. It seemed like it was most windy at the ranger station. That sucks because that's where I was trying to sit down. But whatever, it's not too bad out here now. Just a little breeze. A headwind, unfortunately, but a cool breeze nonetheless, which helps with not getting too stroked out from sun exposure. Although the temperature's not actually that hot. But yeah, it's a nice walk. The worst thing about this walk is definitely the shoulder. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. It's really high up to the blacktop. Typically the paint is the fastest, but there's no solid paint. And it's a long jump down into the shoulder off of it when cars come. They come fast, you can see, which is a little bit dangerous. Also, this side's sloped. I've been walking on this side against traffic pretty much the whole time, but it's starting to bother my right foot, which has been just like tilted, you know, the entire time I'm walking on this shoulder. So hopefully that dude who talked about trying to rustle me up a smoke will come back soon, because as soon as he does, even though I hate walking with my back against traffic, I'm gonna switch to the other side of the road so that my other foot, I'm gonna give this right foot a break from being sloped all the time or slanted all the time, and the other foot can have its turn. Man, I'm surprised they don't keep this shoulder mowed at all. My New Mexico dad would be appalled. Well, damn. That dude, the road guy, actually I think it was the same road guy that Nightcrawler was chatting up this morning. Anyway, he finally came back by and he was like, nobody smokes. Aw, man. Oh well, I'm like less than 4 miles from town, and I at least got to move to the other side of the street to give my right foot, outer foot, a break from being sloped up all the time. Now I can give it some balance and let it sort of slope down. I just have to be more careful because I'm now walking with traffic, which I hate. And again, as you can see, the shoulder here is pretty shitty. It's shitty on both sides. So it's slow going, picking through, sand and plants and weeds and shit like that. And I hate to step on the flowers. But whatever. It is what it is. This shoulder is not maintained for walking, even though it's the Continental Divide Trail, for Christ's sake. I'm looking forward to being in town and done with this walk. It is starting to get warm. It's a beautiful view, but I've been looking at the same view for a long time. And walking concrete or asphalt, very tough on the feet, very tough on the legs, and very tough on the ultras, which I'm hoping will get me at least to Chama. So we'll see. At any rate, first things first. Next stop, Grants. And the native man in the red pickup that's going away, he just pulled me over. He was asked, he wanted to know what all of the walking was about too. And then he gave me, we talked a little bit, and I told him I was heading to Grants. He gave me some boneless little chickens. Oh my gosh, that's super exciting. Oh, and he gave me a little, like fake egg, like 12 egg pack of bubblegum. So, he was super sweet. But yeah, it's so funny. People will just stop and talk to you, like stand on the road. I'm like, oh my goodness, one of these people or me is gonna get whacked. So that's a little scary. But anyway, that was so nice. So I'm gonna munch on this chicken and try to not think about my nicotine cravings. And he said, I'm like maybe mile and a half from I-40, where there is a convenience store where I can buy my own tobacco because it's my own vice. Whew. But in the meantime, chick on. Woohoo! Oh my goodness, this is exciting. I'm so hungry for some protein. All right, gotta eat. Bye. Thank you so much to the gentleman that gave me the chicken. I ate it, and as you can see, I crossed back over to the opposite side of the street. It was making me super nervous over there. There's still no shoulder. You walk into Page over there, though. I don't know, maybe some car will sneak up on me and just ram me, which is not really how I want to end my hike. Anyway, it's about 1.5 miles now. It's 1 o'clock. 1.5 miles to the I-40 crossing. So, looks like I will be, fuck, I hate this, getting there at right about this time. I thought I would be at 1:30, although the continually having to drop into this shitty choked with flora shoulder definitely slows things down. Anyway though, I think, ooh, but those are pretty. Hello. Beautiful. Oh, I can hear the train, and I know the train runs along the I-40 corridor. That's a good sign. 1.5 miles or so to my next stop. Yay! I just wanted to show you all the beautiful rocks and colors of the mesas and buttes around Grants, New Mexico. It's really beautiful. It's so funny, I've been by here so many times, you know, on I-40. Although I don't take I-40 anymore because speed limit's like 75. And my van's top cruising speed, or ideal top cruising speed, is around 62.5. So I have back roads now, like 60, which is what Pytown is on. But it's amazing, like I've driven through Grants on the 40 a number of times and never really noticed how absolutely beautiful it is. Ooh, look, there's a wildflower field. Ooh, pretty, pretty. It's been nice seeing some wildflowers in bloom out here. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you what I'm seeing as I get to the end of this particular road walk. Once I cross I-40, I get onto Old Route 66 to walk out into Central Grants. So, oh my gosh, that's amazing. probably won't be able to see as much of this awesome stuff. Pretty, oh my gosh, look at all that yellow. It just looks so amazing, contrasted against the black and the green. This state is gorgeous when it's not driving me crazy with this horrific winds. It's really quite lovely. And the food here is fantastic. Ooh. Hey, come on. Dang, look at how far I've come. Oh, I got a sticker. I got so much chicken fingers, like literally chicken fingers. My fingers are covered in chicken, even though the side of the road is more or less covered in garbage. It's still not okay to throw my own, because that shitty leave no trace, which applies whether you're in town or not. But anyway, looky there. I see a place I can go sit down for a minute and also possibly purchase some ice cream. It got warm out here. The wind stopped, which is fine. Of course, you know, it stopped because I'm about to stop too. And obviously gonna have a smoke. I would really love a beer, but I think someone pointed out that beer and ice cream, they don't go well together. All of these trucks, so many of those trucks have passed me by today. I don't know if any of them are the same one. Some of them I can tell, like most of them swerve way out of the way, so I won't feel worried that they're gonna hit me, and they're friendly and they wave. And then some of them don't care and they just like practically ride the white line and scare the shit out of me. Different strokes. Anyway, to the 66. What? Yay! It is 1:29 and here I am. Nailed it. That's exciting. I love like being able to give a good guesstimate of when I'm gonna arrive someplace. Nothing worse than like someone asking you when you're gonna be somewhere and you're like the cable guy, except for worse. Instead of in between 12 and 4, I'll be there in between Wednesday and Friday. But no, I got this right on the nose today. 1:30 this convenience store. And I'll have a sit and hang out for a while. Well, I hate the convenience store. I don't like Subway. I don't like their sandwiches very much. Not since I heard that they used to make their breads out of yoga mats or something like that, or they put yoga mat stuff in their bread. I just don't like chains. So I didn't get anything to eat anyway. I ate that guy's chicken, so I'm fine for right now. And I believe I'm on still maybe the Acoma reservation or some reservation, because they didn't have a whole lot in the convenience store that I actually need at this moment either. I did get a tall boy of Coca-Cola, and they didn't have the smokes. I usually smoke the American Spirit, so I end up getting a pack of Marlboro, copper color Marlboros. I don't even know what they are. Good grief, what is wrong with me? Anyway, I'm sitting here for a minute. I just checked Gut Hook. It's actually another 5-mile walk into town, almost 6. Ugh. That's a long way. My feet hurt, but I'm not going to stay out here. It's only not even 2 o'clock yet. So I can be in town at like 4. That's around the usual check-in time for most places. So I guess it's worth it to go ahead and walk into town. And I hear that there's a brewery on the way, so I'm definitely going to stop in and get a beer. Oh my God, it's been so long since I had a beer. And the idea of drinking a cold, fresh, pulled beer sounds amazing. It's also Old Route 66. This is the back way into Grant, not on I-40. This is a busy damn road. Oh my goodness, it's really pretty. Very beautiful. But oh my goodness, incredibly busy. Views of the mountains or the buttes, though. It's your death from this bridge. You don't get to jump onto the tracks. They're not trying to pay your liability, but you can jump to it from here. That's how our legal system works. It's 2:30, and And I'm still on 117, which is very busy still. I thought that the close end of town was only like, it looked like it was only 2.5 miles away, but I think it was like they were doing as the crow flies. Because now that I'm actually on the route, I've gone 2.4 miles, and the brewery and the travel lodge and the Denny's, Walmart, that whole area, that part of town is still 2.8 miles a fucking way. Oh my God. I definitely am looking forward to sitting down. I mean, I was already thinking I'd more than likely take a zero here just to get my shit together and myself reorganized around, you know, the TED Talk, the videos, hiking forward solo. But now, after today, I think I might need a zero just to let my feet recover, because they're getting pretty destroyed walking all these shoulders. So you can't really walk down there. There's just broken glass all over the place. And up here, it's just hard on the feet and joint. My hips hurt. Can't walk the paint because it just doesn't make any sense. There's just too much traffic. I have to jump off and on it all the time. My goodness. At least it's not too hot. It's not too windy. Just as I said that, the wind picks up in the face wind. Awesome. And it's still reasonably early, but yikes. I just want to be done walking for the day. It's already been almost 25 miles on the road, mostly on pavement. This is brutal to your legs and feet. Oh, crazy. Definitely hitting that brewery first. Oh wow, look at that. That's beautiful. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, actually over here isn't that bad either. And it's a beautiful walk still, so at least I got that going for me. But, good God. Let's just have this day end on a happy note. I'm finally getting into East Grants. Yay! Because guess what else this road doesn't have? Any place to pee. But on the plus side, I at least know I'm not dehydrated. But oh my goodness, this last little bit is getting more and more painful because I gotta go. Nah, inappropriate. I just passed the criminal justice complex. I don't want to end up there. Grants is actually, as towns go, pretty much a shithole. But it is full service. I remember the first time I came here was back in like 1995 or something like that. And I was on a road trip for an anthropology class I was taking in college called Peoples of the American Southwest. And my friend and I stopped here. I think we stayed the night. I don't remember. Yeah, we must have stayed the night because we definitely hit a bar. And it's like a lot of poverty, a lot of drug abuse, a lot of alcoholism in this town. And, you know, one of the tougher towns in New Mexico and Cibola County. But I guess as resupply stops goes, it is a full service town, just not any kind of place I'd ever want to live or even hang out in real long. And the whole idea of taking a zero here was that it would be easy to focus on whatever it was we needed to do, because it's not like there's any place to like go see here to distract us, you know. So basically it was a great place or opportunity to just like actually rest and actually get some stuff done without going out and being here and being there, which is still the case. So that's how I'll be using it while I'm here, whether I leave tomorrow or the day after. I guess it depends on how my feet feel and how much I get done this evening. It's already a little bit after 3, but I have a little less than a mile to go to the brewery. Looks like I'm getting here just in time for the wind. Whew. I'll be happy to get out of this. Looky, looky. Woohoo! Oh no, wait. Okay, good, there is. Are they open? 11 to 11. Yes. Well, this place is awesome. I'm at the Route 66 Junkyard Brewery in Grants. I am, at this moment, the only customer in here. I'm not sure if they still work on cars or what, but the owner, Henry, is super nice. It's just nice to be out of the sun and be off my feet for a minute before I wander out of here and find a place to stay for tonight. What does that sign even mean? That doesn't look like they have any vacancy anyway. So I almost never do this. Stay in a motel 2 nights. I try to make town stops as short and sweet as possible by getting here, like posting up close to town on the outskirts the night before, and then coming in early the next day to have the full day in town, and then stay 1 night in a motel, and then hike out the next morning at checkout time. You know, I feel like if you're paying for the room, you might as well maximize all the time you have in it. And posting up on the outskirts of town this evening had been the plan, but since I'm by myself and Grants is dangerous and there aren't very many places to stay, it's a road walk, like a really long road walk into town. I got here kind of late and I decided, you know, forget it. There's a cheap motel here in town in Grants. So I got a room for $80 for 2 nights because I did get here late and I still have a ton of things to do. I am going to take the 0. Also, my feet are, oh my God. I have a bunch of new blisters from this road walk. So road walking is really hard on your feet. It's uneven surface. You're walking a lot on asphalt. You're walking on concrete. None of these surfaces are good for your joints or legs or feet. And it was dirty, you know, whenever I had to jump onto the shoulder to like get out of the way of traffic. So I had a lot of sand in my shoes that rubbed into my feet and made more blisters. It was not a particularly pleasant walk foot-wise, but a very beautiful walk scenery-wise. So it kind of balanced out, I think. Anyway, I hit the brewery earlier and it was awesome. Henry, the owner, said that it was Taco Tuesday tonight, tacos for $1. So I was super stoked about that, but I wanted to come and get a room before it got dark. And I was going to walk because it is technically the trail. So I walked in and got a room at the Sands, and he gave me his phone number to call if I could find some other hikers, or I just wanted to come back for Taco Tuesday myself, of a lady that would come and pick us up. So I tried to call him, but his voicemail box is full and he didn't answer. So I texted him and hopefully I'll hear back from him soon because I could really get down on some tacos. I'm hungry. The thing that sucks about the motels here and Grants is that unless you're staying by the Walmart, which is where the super expensive motels are, the ones I can't afford to stay in 2 nights, there aren't any like restaurants or convenience stores around except for a Chinese buffet. And I just don't like Chinese food that much. And I don't know if I can make my money's worth at a buffet quite yet, although I am quite hungry. So hopefully I'll hear back from Henry soon. There's a dude named Seabiscuit who just came in, and he was interested in going as well.
So hopefully we'll go get to have our Taco Tuesday night at some point if Henry calls me back. Otherwise, I'm totally going to order a pizza. This is a small town. There's not like Uber or Lyft or anything as far as I know. And even though I could really go for something more adult beveragey, it might just be pizza and water tonight. So we'll see. So we did end up getting a ride, Seabiscuit and myself, who I just met today for the first time, to the brewery. A lady came in a giant black Hummer. It was like this like classiest shuttle in Grants to get to the brewery. And we had Taco Tuesday. It was awesome. Oh my goodness. Like 2 beers and 4 tacos for $14. You can't beat that. And I'm full now. I'm happy with my full belly. And then he had the cook bring us back to the motel because the lady that picked us up had to go home. So, oh man, it was a good time. I enjoyed it. And I wish now I had talked a little bit more to Henry, the owner at the brewery, when I was there earlier, but he was busy with other work because he offered to let me stay in his trailer at the brewery tomorrow night since I'm zeroing here. But I've already paid for this room for 2 nights. So obviously, I guess that's not going to happen. But damn, that would have been nice to get that free trailer for the night because he said he goes home to Albuquerque on Wednesdays. And so it would have been empty. That would have been nice. But I guess it would have been weird to stay in like essentially by myself in a stranger's place or a trailer. Although I have done it before. I did that with the Cransford's place on the Pinhoti. I mean, that was an amazing experience. Like there was a horrible storm and a tornado closure on the Pinhoti last year. And this couple that I barely knew came out and set their 5th wheel in a campground for me. And I didn't even realize it until I arrived in the campground because it was on the trail, which was closed north of there because of the tornado. And they had me stay in their trailer and they left because they said, well, we want to give you your privacy. So it was like an amazing experience with the Pinhoti community. And then here, Henry offering his trailer for tomorrow evening on the CDT. I mean, just people are so amazing and supportive, you know, like when things are going super shitty, which they have been for the past couple of days. You know, like you just never know where kindness is going to come from. And it's like, I appreciate all of it when I'm able to receive it. And I'm always really grateful. So if you come to Grants, New Mexico, definitely check out the Route 66 Junkyard Brewery. The beers are really good and they're reasonably priced. And the owner, Henry, is fantastic and super friendly and very hiker helpful. And it was a good evening. So with that, I'm going to knock out and hopefully tomorrow I'll be super productive. Although the LTE in this town is incredibly slow. I just got on the Wi-Fi here at the Sands. I don't expect it to be much faster. Hopefully it won't be so bad because I want to try and upload some videos and stack some things up for this next leg in between here and Cuba, which I think I will be in. I'll make Cuba, I think, in 4 days. So, but I don't expect to really do a whole lot there. And I don't know if there's Wi-Fi or I don't know, whatever. Well, I'll see when I get there. That's usually just the way it goes. But I don't think there's a whole lot of LTE service between here and Cuba. And there's just like a lot more open space. In the meantime, I am going to knock out with my full belly and my sleepy self. Is only 8 o'clock, but I am exhausted. The road walk today and all of the emotional exhaustion from the past couple of days has definitely got me very sleepy. So I'm kind of excited about that because I have insomnia. So I think I'll sleep well tonight, I hope, and look forward to tomorrow being a better day. Good night.